In the heart of Africa is a small mountainous country that stands at the divide between Central and East Africa. Now, Rwanda is modernizing, at a time when many of its neighbors in East Africa are facing the threat of famine, and the world has recognized that human impact is negatively affecting the Earth's climate.
We believe that the responsibility of each nation to find the best ways to adapt, to adjust, to find solutions that don't compromise the sustainable development we are looking for.
So we assessed the economic impact of this climate change, and we came up with figures. And those figures were so instructive, so helpful for policymakers. And from this assessment, we decided we cannot wait. This is why you have been developing this climate change, this strategy for climate change adaptation and low carbon growth for Rwanda.
In a notable process, various Rwandan government ministries collectively expressed an integrated vision of how the country can continue to grow its economy while simultaneously strengthening its resilience to climatic and economic shocks. National meteorological data show that temperatures in Rwanda have been rising at a higher rate than global averages. In a series of far-reaching decisions, Rwanda has connected its development together with restoring its ecology and increasing resilience to climate change. To manage its high population density and scarce land resources, the country has begun implementing nationwide land use reform. This has meant terracing the hillsides to create more sustainable fields for the farmers and planting very large numbers of trees. By 2020, Rwanda plans to have 30% of its land forested.
I always refer to a district just nearby here, Bugesera district, which 10 years ago was semi-arid, but today it's becoming one of the bread baskets for the country. And it's in a complete contrast to just across the border in Burundi. These are just the same. These are two areas that used to suffer from famine year in, year out. But with afforestation, the microclimate of Bugesera has changed. People are growing crops, and people come to actually get food from across the border.
Reform in Rwanda has also taken the form of institutional development and strengthening of legal rights.
We also believe that with the registration of land, people get security of tenure. From the results we've got from the pilot, there's a positive indication that with secure tenure, people are able to invest more and care better for their land.
Rwanda is also building mixed-use commercial and retail spaces and creating buffer zones for development in the country's marshlands. But in order to ensure that the land won't be degraded again, the causes of degradation must be addressed. The primary source of energy for many of Rwanda's farmers is firewood and charcoal. Transitioning away from burning biomass to a cleaner and more sustainable energy source is central to Rwanda's future. Distributed energy production could be an answer, with local production of biogas and micro-hydropower. Rwanda is also trying to decrease its dependence on imported oil. Just outside Kigali is the largest solar array of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. To the west of the country is Lake Kivu, and within this lake is an enormous resource, naturally occurring methane, which can be converted into electricity. But the really big opportunity for Rwanda may be something entirely different: geothermal energy.
We intend to drill 3 geothermal wells. If they are successful, then we are going to build a power plant of 10 megawatts as a proof of concept to use to attract foreign investment and private sector.
This country represents a tiny microcosm of the vast continent of Africa, but it is providing a glimpse of what is possible. Through its national green growth and climate resilience strategy, Rwanda is setting an example for the world, of how a developing country can make its environment more resilient and stimulate its economy through mitigating and adapting to climate change.
Preserving our environment, managing properly issues relating to climate change is really everybody's business. It should involve everybody. If it works here in Rwanda, it can work anywhere else.